Today from Shea Stadium, it's the Seattle Seahawks versus the New York Jets. Today's game is brought to you by Schlitz, the Master Brewer's Brew. It's today's Schlitz. Go for it. By Pennzoil Motor Oil, the same Pennzoil, Multivis, that protects your engine, now saves you gasoline. Ask for it. By Dodge, with the new 6-passenger Dodge Aries K and new Ram Tough Dodge pickups and vans. And by Champion Spark Plug Company. Champion, you can't buy a better plug. This is Charlie Jones along with Lynn Dawson. Shea Stadium, it's the Seahawks against the Jets. Seattle with a record of 3-3. The Jets, their record is 1-5. Pat Leahy will be kicking off. The deep backs on the return. Number 41 is Will Lewis, and number 86 is Jesse Green. Seattle on the road, they are 3-0. They're yet to win at home. And we're underway on a warm afternoon. The temperature is 70 degrees. Jesse Green on the return to the 15, 20, outside the 25 to around the 27, maybe the 28-yard line, where Bobby Batten makes the tackle for the New York Jets. Now let's check the offensive set. It's Zorn, Jodat, and Doornink in the backfield for the Seahawks. McCullum, Largent, and Sawyer as the receivers. That offensive line, Buller, Lynch, Jarno, Newton, and Steve August. They mark it at the 27-yard line of Seattle. First down and 10. Largent in motion. Zorn to throw. Out to Largent. He has it at the 32-yard line. So Steve Largent has the first reception of the ball game, and a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 as Ken Troy makes the tackle. Here's the Jet defense: Gaston Osalam, Lyons, and Joe Klecko. And the linebackers, Buttle, Blinkham, and Ron Crosby. In the secondary for New York, Jackson Dyke, Schroy, and Darrell Ray. 2nd down and 5, Seattle on their own 32-yard line. Zorn taking a lot of time. A flag is down on the play. Jim Jodat is the ball carrier as Joe Klecko makes the tackle for the New York Jets. Jodat was with the Rams for 3 years, and during that time gained a total of 121 yards rushing. In his first game with Seattle, he had 117 against the Washington Redskins. Now let's go back to the flag.
It's going to be 5 yards against the New York Jets. It looked like number 73, Joe Klecko jumped off sides, along with Marty Lyons in the middle of that right side defensively for the New York Jets. An easy 5 yards for Seattle if they want it, and they want it.
Bob McElwee is the referee. Al Conway, Dave Hawk, John Everett, Ray Douglas, Bob Rice, and Ed Merrifield are the other officials. Bringing the chains out to see exactly what the situation would be if the penalty is refused.
Offside, defense, number 93, 3rd down.
And also to check where the football would be after the penalty. So it is 3rd down and not a 1st down, just shy of the 37-yard line. So 3rd down about half a yard. Marty Lyons offsides for the Jets.
That's something you do not want to do in the first possession defensively, because it might give them the momentum that they're going to be needing to move that ball and score.
Slot near side for Seattle. Largent in motion. First back through. And this will be the 1st down for the Seahawks as Marty Lyons makes the tackle. Jim Jodat was the ball carrier. He is from Carthage College in Kenosha, Wisconsin, in his 4th year, 5'11", 213 pounds. So mark it just shy of the 40. It'll go for a gain of 3 and a first down. First down of the ball game.
Taking a look at Jack Patera, the head coach of Seattle, on the sidelines.
Zorn throwing on first down. The quick out to Largent is good. He has 9 yards on the play to the 49-yard line. It will be 2nd down and 1 as Donald Dykes makes the tackle.
I think we're taking a look at the pattern right now. The first time that they had the football on first down, they threw the ball to Largent. Now it's the first down situation. The second time on first down, they're throwing it once again. Short passes, quick out to Largent, getting the ball to him in a hurry in front of the defensive back, and you can see right there he is wide open. He was away from number 26, Donald Dykes, by about 5 yards.
And Largent, with his 2 receptions, now has a 43-game streak going for him. Here's Doornink. First down. 38-yard line of the Jets. A gain of 13 on the play. Darrell Ray makes the tackle, the free safety for the New York Jets.
What they're doing on first down, picking up some yardage, getting them concerned about the pass, and number 51 is John Yarno, the offensive center, doing an outstanding job of opening that hole.
Due to technical difficulties, the sound portion of your program is temporarily impaired. It is not your set. Please bear with us. We're working on it.
First down, and again, Zorn throws on first down. He drops this one off to Jodat. The 35-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down 7. Greg Buttle, the defensive captain for the New York Jets, was there.
3 first down situations, 3 passes by Zorn.
Why?
Because they feel that you can either loosen them up by running or by throwing. Seattle has not done a good job running. Smith, their number 1 rusher, is out for the season. He's not in that ball game for Seattle right now. He's not going to be the rest of the year. So they figure they've got to get some yardage on first down. Passing is the best way.
2nd down and 7. They picked up 5 yards, 9 yards, and then 3 yards. Zorn throws underneath the defensive coverage. Pass is complete at the 30-yard line. Again to Steve Largent, a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 2 as Bobby Jackson makes the tackle. I mentioned a moment ago that Largent now has had a reception 43 straight games. The last time that he was shut out was against the New York Jets back in 1977.
Also have not been rushing the passer very well. They did get to Atlanta as quarterback 3 times a week ago, but prior to that, in 5 games, they'd only gotten to the passer 5 times. So Zorn apparently feels he's going to have time to throw the football.
The Seahawks using either a tight end or a wide receiver as a messenger service. Now they have 3 wide receivers in the ball game as Jodat gets the call. It'll be close to the first down. Abdul Salam and Ron Crosby make the tackle. It is a first down.
Looking at it from here, Charlie, for the Jets, it's very discouraging to have a team take the ball from the kickoff and march straight down the field. And right now they're in scoring position. They haven't scored yet. But on the other hand, for Seattle, it's a great feeling to be able to move that football on a team.
3rd first down of the drive. They've converted on 2 out of 2 3rd down opportunities. Doornink is cut down. Good defensive play by Mark Gastineau. Defensive left hip. First time that the Jets have halted the Seahawks in this drive.
Maybe we'll see passing more on first down because Gastineau made an outstanding play. A pitch out to the back, and he has the quickness and the speed to run down the back. As you can see right now, Doornink, number 33, is the back, and you see a big defensive end, 99, Gastineau catching him from behind. That's why I think we're going to see more passing on first down by Seattle.
A loss of 5, 2nd and 15.
Exactly what Seattle has been trying to avoid on first down situations.
Jesse Green comes in, joins Sam McCullum and Steve Largent. 3 wide receivers. Largent in motion. Zorn to throw. Wants to set a screen. He's being chased, and he just throws it away. He's avoiding the loss. Jodat was the closest receiver. Gastineau was the man chasing him.
Very good play by Jim Zorn. He knew he was going to get nailed back there for about another 10 or 12-yard loss. And Jodat in the area, and that's all that's necessary. And he put that ball forward toward Jodat. He had no intention whatsoever of completing that pass. Because had he caught the football, he would have lost 5 yards.
Third down and 15. Jeff Moore comes in. Doornink comes out. Jesse Johnson and Jerry Holmes check into the secondary as Blake and Crosby come out for the Jets. 6 men in the secondary for New York. Largent in motion. Third and 15. As pressure rolls, throws, passes, complete 25-yard line to Sam McCullum. A gain of 6. It'll be 4th down and 9. And Efren Herrera comes in. Now Herrera, the field goal kicker, is 4 out of 4 in his career against the Jets. This year he is 9 out of 12. In his career has been outstanding from inside of 30 yards, but this is a bit further. This is from the 33, a kick of 43 yards. Well within his range. Bad snap. Herrera wants to throw, throws it back to Zorn. It's an incomplete pass.
Charlie, the offensive center snapped that ball before the holder was even looking, and it went right by him.
So mental mistakes by the Seattle Seahawks. Here it is.
Look at that, hit him right on the head. Zorn was looking back, checking with his kicker to see if he was ready, see if he knew where the spot was going to be located. The center snapped the ball, hit him right in the head. That was a mistake by the center. You've got to look at that quarterback, see if he's ready, or the holder, I mean. In that case, it was the quarterback.
So the Jets will take over on downs.
Charles, we found out another thing that Herrera can't do, and that's throw the football. Running to his right, throwing it back all the way to his left.
Now the line of scrimmage was the 25-yard line, but the officials have marked it out at the 40-yard line. And the officials also have called for a timeout. So we'll try and sort it out for you. We have no score. When we be back, the New York Jets will be on offense for the first time. Art June, number 54, was the center on the snap for the Seattle Seahawks. We're still trying to sort out why the ball is at the 40-yard line.
They're calling it a fumble.
They're calling it a 4th down fumble. And the ball goes back to the spot of the fumble. That is put in because of the Oakland-San Diego game a couple of years ago. So now the Jets on offense, just outside their own 40-yard line for the first time. And Mr. 100, Kevin Long, gets the call. And he'll pick up 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down, 7. John Harris with the tackle. It is Todd, Long, and Dierking in the backfield. Jones, Gaffney, and Schuler scheduled as the receivers, but they're going with the double tight end. Ward, Rasmussen, Fields, Alexander, and Powell. That's the offensive line for New York. 2nd down and 7. No score in the ball game. Jets ball at their own 43-yard line. And again, Kevin Long. This time to the outside. And he leans forward to the 45. It'll be a gain of a couple. 3rd down and 5 as John Harris makes the tackle. For the Seahawks, they'll go with a 4-3. Jacob Green, the rookie, he is outstanding. Robert Hardy, Tuiasa Sopo, and Bill Gregory. The linebackers are Michael Jackson, Terry Beeson, and Keith Butler. In the secondary, Kerry Jester replacing Cornell Webster, who's retired, Dave Brown, Keith Simpson, and John Harris. Bobby Jones and Derek Gaffney are the wide receivers. 3rd down and 5. 5 men on the pattern. Over the middle. Pass is intercepted by John Harris. Seattle has the football. The free safety, John Harris, his first interception of the year.
And looking at that play, Richard Todd was telegraphing where he was going to throw that football. Ever since he went back in the pocket, he was going to his tight end, Mickey Schuler, number 82. You're watching on the screen right now. He's going down and stopping or hooking. 44, the free safety, John Harris, was reading the quarterback all the way, stepped right in front, made an easy interception, giving the ball back to Seattle in the exact same spot that they gave it up after that field goal attempt.
And an 18-yard return by John Harris. Seattle has a first down. Jets 39-yard line, no score. Zorn to the air. As 4 in the pattern, he goes deep to Larger. In zone.
Dawson can be for billions and billions.
Over
now for the
Donald Dykes and a perfect pass
Thank you.
by
I think
Jim
the
Zorn
statement
as
about the
Dykes had
AWACS
great
raises
coverage and
exactly the
Larkin.
kind of
Yes,
things that
and
I was
Larkin
talking
is the
about
type of
before.
receiver that has
My
been coming
being
up
willing to
with that type
scrutinize
of
the
throw ever since he's been a member of the
appropriations
Seattle
carefully.
football team.
AWACS.
Our audio portion has been temporarily interrupted. Please stand by.
Go for the jugular vein and get 6
for those
points.
AWACS.
You see,
I
right there,
voted
26
against the
Dykes has
AWACS
excellent
because I
position.
said if NATO wants
But
these
Largent
planes,
has
then
come
let
up
them
with a
help
lot
pay
of
for the
catches,
cost of it.
just like
I think
that.
being a senator, like being a congresswoman,
It'll be
is
second
looking
down and
past
10
the
at the
title of
Jet
the bill
39-yard
and being willing
line.
to look at the
No
bottom
score.
line. Mr. DeMaio
7:48
said,
time
I
remaining.
voted
We're in the
against the
first
bill on
quarter at Shea
international
Stadium.
terrorism. I'm against international
Doornink
terrorism.
and Jim
But the
Jodat.
bill would have prevented Americans
Slot right
from
side.
demonstrating peaceably in front of embassies.
84
Americans want
is
to
Sam
protest the
McCullough.
policies of Britain and Northern Ireland. I think they have a right to do so. Americans want to protest
Maybe
the
a half a
policies
yard, but
of the
that would
Soviet
be it
Union
as
and
Abdul
Afghanistan
Salam,
and
who's been
refusing
very
to allow Soviet
consistent
Jews to
defensively.
leave. But the bottom line,
That's why first down is so important.
yes, and I've said
If you
that
come up with
before,
some yardage
absolutely,
on
but I
first
do
down,
think that
because
if we're going to
Salam's
send them to countries
responsibility
such
generally
as
in a passing
NATO, that they should
situation
be
like
paid
that
for them.
If others
is the
had
draws
voted in
and the
Congress as
screens.
you did, would you
Take
have those
Joe
planes
Klecko
right
and
now
Gastineau, let
protecting the
them
line?
take
Because
off
what
after
would
that
have
passer
happened
along
is
with Marty Lyons.
that
You have
if
one
my
man
colleagues
back
had
there
agreed with
who
me
kind of
about my
surveys
vote,
and handles the
then
line
they
of
would have
scrimmage
sent
to
the bill
look for
back
that
to
draw on that
committee,
screen.
and it
That
would have
time
been
Salam was
rewritten
the man,
to include
did the
a
job.
provision to have
For
NATO
Jack
contribute
Paterno,
to
he
the
now
cost,
has three
and it would
wide
have come out.
Due to technical difficulties, the sound portion of your program is temporarily impaired. It is not your set. Please bear with us. We're working on it.
Throwing Jim Jodat. Klecko was putting the pressure on.
And they knew.
You don't
that
have
they're
to
not gonna
necessarily
turn
tackle
around
that
and
quarterback
She was
to disrupt the
protesting
passing
something
game. That
very
time
deep in
Klecko
it. I'd like to
got
find
to
out
Zorn.
what it
He
is
had to throw the
sometime
ball falling
before this
backwards. He
campaign
couldn't
is
put
over.
anything on
The
it. It
answer
was
is
way
that
short.
I will tell you.
Zorn has
The answer
completed
is that when
5
you're
of 8
effective,
for
you
28
don't
yards
miss
in the
the
ball
forest
game.
for the
Herman
trees.
Weaver will be
You
kicking.
realize that even if you
Jim
don't agree
Troy
in a particular
is
weapon
set for the
system,
return.
if a defense authorization covers to a reasonable extent the defense of the country,
Weaver drops
you got to
it
go with
inside
it
the
to send it to
15.
the other house to get it to conference,
Jets would have
get it
terrible
back
field
from
position.
conference, and even then,
For the fair
it isn't
catch,
going to
he'll be down
satisfy
inside the
unless
5
it's
at the
50%
2-yard line.
better
Jim Jodat
than not,
down
than
in
not
at
to
the
vote at all.
2-yard
So on
line.
very
So we've
rare
got a
occasions,
timeout following
I
that
could see voting no.
37-yard punt.
But every
We
time,
have no score
and every
between
time,
Seattle
because these
and the New
originate
York
in my...
Jets.
I've said that
This is Charlie
before.
Jones
And
along with
Senator
Lynn
Dawson
Dawson.
may not
The
have
Jets
heard this,
now with the
but I
ball
have
on their
said
own
many
2-yard
times
line.
that I am
What do we
for
look
strong
for?
You got to
defense.
look for them to
But
get
we
out of
have
that
to
hole.
be
They're going to have
a
to run with the football.
trustee
The
of the
key to the
people's
Jets
money.
running
People
game,
want
the
to see
Due to technical difficulties, the sound portion of your program is temporarily impaired. It is not your set. Please bear with us. We're working on it.
Cleveland 27-3. They had what they call their 20-20 offense between the 20-yard line. They were not able to move in for a touchdown. This is the type of offense we've seen here. 3rd and 7. Zorn to throw. Deep in the corner, Largent got away from his man. He was covered by Dyke, but he slipped by him after putting a fake on him, and then he was overthrown. So it will be 4th down and 7.
Once again, Charlie, just like the play before, they didn't get to him. You can see Jim Zorn pounding on himself because he had a man about 10 yards open. On the other side of the field, you're taking a look at Bobby Jackson, number 40, stride for stride with his man. Didn't have to worry about the ball being thrown in that area, but there was pressure on Zorn. He had to throw the football before he went to the last play.
A 43-yard attempt by Herrera for the second time. The first time, Art Kuhn, the center, snapped the ball before Zorn was ready. Flags go down.
We got an offensive man moving on that play. A defensive man made a good move by looking like he was going to jump.
74, offense.
Defensive lineman for the Jets made a good move, Charlie, because he took off. It was Bob Winkle, 71, and generally there is no cadence out there on a field goal attempt. The offensive men just stay there and to take the blows.
Tuiasa Sopo, who is in to block in a field goal situation. Now from the 38-yard line, an attempt of 48 yards. Zorn to hold. Herrera's kick. It makes it, and it barely makes it. So Herrera from 48 yards away. And the Seattle Seahawks are on the board. 4:12 left to go. First quarter. We'll take another look.
It doesn't make any difference by what distance it goes through the uprights, as long as it makes it between those two long bars and the one that's short down there, and that's all that it did. That's all that was necessary.
We'll be back in a moment. Efren Herrera will be kicking off, the man who just made it across the crossbars. Woody Bennett and Bobby Batten are deep, the return men for the Jets.
They apparently don't feel he's going to kick it very deeply because they're located on the 10-yard line waiting to receive this kick.
Sales a pretty good one. Taken at the 4-yard line by Woody Bennett. Bennett to the 20, the 25, returns near the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 29-yard line, 25 yards on the return. Be sure to stay tuned for exciting coverage. Game 5 of the World Series, the Kansas City Royals and the Philadelphia Phillies. The World Series back where it belongs on NBC.
And speaking for someone from Kansas City's back where it belongs, it's tied up 2-2.
Tim Maresco shaken up. We have an official's timeout. Oh, they've been great ball games, haven't they?
Yes. People in Kansas City are going absolutely bananas over their baseball team.
They're not doing so shabby in Philadelphia either, I tell you. And the interesting thing, and it was written about today in the New York newspapers, the fans have become a factor, both in Philadelphia and in Kansas City.
Talking to the Kansas City Royals baseball players, that is definitely so. And it's so here in a football stadium also. All the Jets have to do is get things rolling a little bit, and they'll get these fans behind them. But you got to get a few first downs.
Clark Gaines, as you know, a couple of weeks ago, broke his leg. There he is. He is out for the year in the press box. 30% of the New York Jet offense rushing and receiving this year when he was injured.
You know, besides that, he is a great leader. And the New York Jets need that type of leadership, particularly right now when they're 1-5.
The Jets also have no first downs, a total of only 6 yards total offense, and Todd is 0 for 3 in passing through the first 11 minutes of the ball game. Now just outside their own 29-yard line, first down. Scott Dierking to the 32-yard line, a gain of 3. It'll be second down 7. Robert Hardy makes the tackle. Let's check the scoreboard. Cincinnati 7, Minnesota nothing.
Pete Johnson, a 2-yard run for the Cincinnati Bengals. That's still in the first period.
And speaking of injuries, talking about Clark Gaines, Wesley Walker is out. He's on the injured reserve list. He's at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York. He's been asking for a television set for 2 days. Wesley, we hope you got it and you're watching. Dierking will come up a couple of yards shy of the first down. So he'll have about 5 on the play as a strong safety. Check it, that was Kevin Long. As a strong safety, Keith Simpson makes the tackle. Officials will spot it at the 38-yard line. So it's 3rd down and 1.
Number 44, Newton, the back, is coming into the ball game. He's in there as a close flanker.
That's the spot that Gaines normally is in as a blocker. First down, Jets. Scott Dierking to the 41-yard line. First down in the ball game for New York. A gain of 3. Seattle leads it on a 48-yard field goal by Efren Herrera. Terry Beeson and Keith Butler make the tackle.
There's a couple of 79s over there on that side. 79, Jacob Green for Seattle. 79, Marvin Powell. That is really a good matchup over there of 2 big, strong linemen. One on offense, one on defense.
Time to throw on first down, far side. Yes, pass is caught, 50-yard line. A gain of 9. Derek Gaffney pulled it down. Dave Brown was there, and he hit him as soon as he made the catch. Gaffney has a hip injury, came out of the ball game last week with a concussion.
We've got a score here. Dallas leading Philadelphia 7-0 in the first period. Mike Hedman, a fumble recovery of a Jaworski fumble. Jaworski fumbled. Hegman took it in from 22 yards out.
2nd down and 1. Jets ball, 50-yard line. Kevin Long, no gain. Keith Simpson is the man who turned him back. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Report on Tim Maresco, who was shaken up a moment ago, as a strained groin. Questionable if he can return to the ball game.
This Seattle defense, most people going into the season said, boy, the real weakness of Seattle is the defense. But that defensive unit for the last 3 weeks, particularly 2 games prior to Cleveland, played extremely well, giving up just 7 points in 2 ball games.
3rd down and 1. 2 tight ends. Newton in the block. Kevin Long, sweep far side. He's in trouble. He'll lose yardage. He loses 5. Back to the 45. So it'll be 4th down and 6. Keith Butler, the right linebacker from Memphis State, number 2 draft choice in 1978, is the man who stopped him.
Seattle defense is doing what they have to do. They're taking the running game away from the New York Jets. They're going to force them to throw the football.
Tim Maresco, number 37, who was shaken up a moment ago. Chuck Ramsey will be kicking. And Will Lewis is set for the return. Lewis had a 49-yard kickoff return against Kansas City. Has had good punt return average. They put pressure. Here's a beauty by Ramsey.
Good jet bounce.
It will be down in the neighborhood of the 5-yard line. 50 yards on the kick. And Chuck Ramsey comes through for the Jets just like he did last week against Atlanta when he kept the Falcons pinned in their own end of the football field.
For the Jets, this is the one big play that they've had so far, and it was a punt by Chuck Ramsey. They're going to put some pressure on him. He gets the punt away in plenty of time. And fortunately, it has the natural turf out there. Generally on synthetic turf, the ball would have bounced right into the end zone. But this time it hit and stayed in bounds. They recovered on the 5-yard line. So now Seattle has 95 yards to go.
And Seattle leads 3-0. 40 seconds left to go. First quarter. Zorn throws outside. John Sawyer tight end. 8-yard line, a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 as Donald Dykes makes the tackle. That is only the 11th pass that John Sawyer has caught this year. So Zorn does not go to his tight ends that often. He prefers Sam McCullum and Steve Largent. And he faces now a 2nd and 7. May let time run out in the first quarter. 9 seconds and counting.
They're not afraid to throw that ball, regardless of where they are on that football.
The gun's down before he gets the play off, and that is the end of the first quarter. The score is Seattle 3 and the New York Jets nothing. Here in the first quarter, Jim Zorn completed 7 of 12 passes for 43 yards. He passed on first down every time that he had a 1st and 10. Largent, the leading receiver, 4 receptions for 31 yards in the first quarter. And we have movement by the offensive line of Seattle before the ball was snapped. And, of course, that is an automatic 5 yards from tackle to tackle. Once you go to the 3 or 4 point stance, you cannot move until the ball is snapped.
78. Ball start, 78.
It is on Bob Newton, the right guard.
Right guard, number 78, you see right there that he jumped before the ball was snapped, trying to get that little extra edge, Charlie. But unfortunately, the men in the striped shirts go down there.
Cleveland 3, Green Bay nothing.
Don Cockcroft, 40-yard field goal.
Back to the 4-yard line. 2nd down and 11. Zorn likes to throw in this situation, regardless of where he is on the field.
Drop
He's
play.
going to draw almost to safety. Doornink gets loose. The Jets almost had him in the end zone. Marty Lyons and Ron Crosby stop him.
Joe Klecko had his arms around him. Offensive lineman was trying to block on Joe Klecko, but got out of Joe's grasp right there. Otherwise, it would have been 2 points for the New York Jets.
No gain, 3rd and 11. Here's another look.
Draw play, a delay play, and this is a risky play right there because the defensive line, and it's a passing situation, 2nd and long yardage. They're not worried about that draw. They let Abdul Salam and the linebackers worry about that. Klecko, Lyons, and Gastineau, they're teeing off. And they'll do it again this time.
3rd and 11. Jodat outside the 10 to the 11-yard line. 7 yards, but it'll be 4th down and 4 as the defense holds, this time led by Stan Blanca. And that means that Herman Weaver will come in to kick it away. Weaver with a 42-yard punting average. And Ken Schroy is set for the return, so the Jets could come up with excellent field position.
Weaver is capable of really booming it. He's also, his history indicates, capable of shanking it.
You may notice the tape on Schroy's right hand. He has 2 broken fingers. Takes this at the 45-yard line. He's to the 40. 10 yards on the return to the 35-yard line. So the Jets have excellent field position. A 34-yard punt. We've got a timeout. 13:21 left to go. 2nd quarter, and the Seahawks. It's Ken Schroy. If we can catch a... No, he keeps hiding that right hand. But he has the tape on that right hand where he has the 2 broken fingers.
He doesn't want anybody to know they're broken.
Jets ball. Seattle 35-yard line. Scott Dierking. Dierking, 1st down. No, they'll say he's out of bounds at the 26-yard line. So he will pick up 9. It'll be 2nd and 1 as Kerry Justin was there. Dierking playing with cracked ribs. Has a total of 172 yards rushing on the... There's the tape on it. Good.
You know, you're talking about Dierking. He does have a cracked rib, and last week he wore that rib pad. I saw him today, and I asked him if he was wearing it. He says no because it bothered him. It bothered him breathing. He said it hurts either way.
The pad, the cracked rib. This will be close to the 1st down as Dierking gets the call again. Goes to the 25-yard line. Tuiasa Sopo was there for the Seattle Seahawks. Manu's in his 2nd year. Number 1 draft choice in '79. It is a 1st down.
I was saying about Scott Dierking with the rib pad that he had on because he's so big up in his upper part of the body that the rib pad was binding him and he couldn't breathe very well.
Dierking, 21 yards in 5 carries. Kevin Long. 14-yard line. He picks up 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 as Terry Beeson and Keith Simpson make the tackle.
They're going to what they feel they can do best, and that's straight ahead with the big backs, and with number 33 Kevin Long carrying the ball, looking for wherever there is an opening, and he has that quickness that once it's there he can get there in a hurry. That time picked up very good yardage.
2nd down and 3. So now Todd can either stay on the ground, which we expect him to do, or he can go through the air. It's his option. It's the second back, and it's Dierking. And a flag is down. He moved to the 14-yard line. He needed 3, and he got 4. John Harris, the free safety, makes the tackle.
We got holding on the New York Jets.
And that will cost New York 10 yards.
One thing you don't want to do on a running play when you're getting down in the other team's territory, you miss the block, the back has a chance of avoiding the tackler, and you don't lose that type of yardage. That's too tough a yardage to pick
number
up.
72 on the offense.
Holding on Chris
Second down.
Ward. It'll be 2nd down and 13. The line of scrimmage now, the Seattle 28-yard line. Seahawks lead at 3-0. Efren Herrera, a 48-yard field goal.
You said a minute ago that he could run or pass. I'm talking about Todd. His choices are narrowed down now. He's got to be able to throw that football.
Kevin Long, 23-yard line, so he gets 5 back. And it will be 3rd down and 8 as Joe Norman and Manu Tuiasosopo make the tackle.
Number 72 is Chris Ward, turning his man out, Gregory. Dierking's to kick out to the back, and then Long inside. The play worked very well. They've been scrapping back and forth all ball game. Gregory of Seattle and Ward of the New York Jets. Now they're in a passing situation.
3rd down 8. 5 on the batter. Dumps this out. Pass is complete to Long. He goes to the 20-yard line. He gets 3, so it'll be 4th down and 5 as Kerry Justin makes the tackle. So that means that Pat Leahy will come in with a field goal attempt. On the year, Leahy has hit 4 of 8 field goals, but he has been successful on only 1 of his last 4 field goal attempts. That was from 40 yards out. Chuck Ramsey will be holding.
Taking a look at the flag, there's no wind to speak of, and that's unusual here at Shea Stadium. So the elements are not a factor.
37-yard attempt. He drills this one. It is no good. It is off to the left. So Leahy misses from 37 yards out. So he has now hit only 1 of his last 5 field goal attempts. And the Seahawks will take over.
You're taking a look right now what that kicker is taking a look at. The strings are pointing toward him, which is not a good hold, and he just pulled that ball. Pulled it to the left.
And watch the reaction of Pat Leahy, Chuck Ramsey, the holder. It can be frustrating. Seahawks will take over at the 20-yard line. We'll be back in a moment. Seattle leads it 3-0. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, 10 minutes, 34 seconds, time remaining second quarter. Seahawks now have Jeff Moore and Al Hunter as their 2 running backs. And for Al Hunter, his first offensive play of the year. He's from Notre Dame, their first 1,000-yard rusher, and he gets the call. 9.3 speed, but he is wrapped up by Mark Gastineau at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
I guess all that weightlifting that Mark Gastineau did with George Coons in the offseason helped, because he got a hold of Hunter, picked him up off the ground, and just set him back down and said, "That's as far as you go, fella."
Hunter, by the way, is giving away 85 pounds on that matchup. Hunter weighs 195, Gastineau 280.
That's why Hunter's saying, please, would somebody get in front of that big fella?
And now the Seahawks go with 3 wide receivers, McCullum, Jesse Green, and Steve Largent. The tight end is out. It's 2nd down and 10, and we look for Zorn to throw. Zorn, no, turns and asks for a timeout with 9 minutes and 47 seconds left to go in the second quarter, and Jim Zorn has called for a timeout. comes to the sideline for a conference.
Could be many things. It could be the play that was called. I noticed him pointing toward that sideline, toward the Seattle bench, that maybe the play that was called, he called in the huddle, maybe it was for the other side of the field because they're on the hash mark, on the right hash mark right now. So maybe they were going to flood a particular area, and if they were going to flood the area toward the Seattle bench, they wouldn't have as much room as opposed to going to the other side.
And Teddy Nathanson, our director here today and the coordinating producer for NFL football, points out to us that Jim Zorn probably calls more timeouts than any other quarterback outside of the 2 minute. You know, when everybody calls it. So he's right on top of what's going on throughout the National Football League. Don't forget, next Sunday, start your day with host Brian Gumbel, NFL 80, followed by exciting action featuring the Patriots and the Bills, the Steelers and the Browns, plus other regional NFL battles, all next Sunday on NBC. So check your local listings for the game and time in your area.
Charlie, he calls timeouts, and one of the reasons, I'm sure, is because the plays are coming from the sideline. So you, as a quarterback, you have to interpret what they want.
2nd and 10, Zorn to throw. Seahawks have been held only 21 yards rushing. Here's the screen to the wide receiver, McCollum. He's to the 35, the 40, to the 43-yard line. 23 yards on the play. First down, Seattle.
I tell you, that was a great play on 2 parts. One is for Seattle. What a play that was, running all the way to his left. McCollum is the screen man. You can see the Jets are going all out to get him. They're completely away from it, the defensive line. But Bobby Jackson, number 40, did an excellent job of avoiding 2 blockers down here and finally coming up with a tackle, but not before they came up with a first down.
It was Greg Buttle and Stan Blinka who were harassing Jim Zorn. But all that did was help set up the screen. They mark it at the 42-yard line. Gain of 22, first down. Seattle in their own territory. Is caught and then out of bounds. Bobby Jackson, who had the coverage, slipped and fell. Sam McCollum had the reception.
Sam McCollum was shaking his head because he knew that number 40, Bobby Jackson, defensive left cornerback of the Jets, slipped and fell to the ground. Had he made the reception and got by him, it was nothing but daylight to the end zone.
Mike McKibben has replaced Greg Buttle at linebacker. And now an official's timeout for the measurement. And they'll bring the chains across the field. The official spotted the ball at the sideline where he went out of bounds. Then they moved it to the hash mark where they are now making the measurement. This is an official's mistake. They should be making the measurement on the near sideline, but it is a first down.
It could also be that maybe one of the Jets asked for the measurement. Sideline pattern. McCollum is the receiver, number 84. He makes the catch. You see right there, Bobby Jackson falls down. And he turns around and he looks and sees that he had fallen down and he's out of bounds. He wishes he hadn't because he could still be running. Of course, by now he had crossed the goal line, a little faster than you and I.
Speak for yourself. McCollum, 3 receptions, 37 yards. Zorn has thrown for 79 yards. At the Jet 47-yard line, first down. Jets are offside. Al Hunter, the ball carrier. He has 7 yards to the 40. Mike McKibben makes the tackle. And there is Al Hunter, number 24 in his 4th year. He was a number 4-round draft choice, 5'11", 195 from Notre Dame. Now, do you take the 5 yards or do you take the carry? 2nd and 3 or 1st and 5?
I'd want 1st and 5.
And so does Seattle. Good call.
Encroachment, number 74 defense. First down.
Abdul Salam was the man called for encroachment. Jack Patera, the head coach of the Seahawks. Their offense has been named at times a gong show offense because they do a little bit of everything. A little more conservative this year than they have been in the past, but they can do it all. First down and 5.
One of the reasons is their defense is playing so much better.
Zorn to throw. He goes deep. McCollum. Incomplete. Bobby Jackson with the coverage. McCullum is claiming that he was bumped downfield. We'll bring it back to the 42-yard line of the Jets. It'll be second down and 5.
I'm surprised if they're going up top trying to beat somebody that it's on that side against number 40, Bobby Jackson, because he has been playing very good cornerback position this year, even though the Jets are only 1 and 5.
Jackson is the only starter in the Jets secondary from last year. He's joined by Ken Schroy, Darrell Ray, and Donald Dykes for this year, but that's 3 changes. Second down, 5. 3 wide receivers, slot left. Jeff Moore. A yard to the 41-yard line. It will be third down and 4. Gastineau and Salam were there to close the door. There's Herrera. Ephraim is loosening up.
That's good hold for Herrera, but there he can take all the time in the world for that young ball boy to put it down. Taking a look at the Seahawks and the Jets, what they've done so far this year.
Greg Buttle is back in on defense. Third down, Seattle has converted 2 of 7.
He'll go to the air.
3 on the pattern, 2 to block.
Could be intercepted.
And then dropped, and there was nothing but 62 yards of real estate in front of Donald Dykes. He dropped 6 points. Oh boy, Largent, the intended receiver.
Largent fell down, and all that was there to make the reception was 26, Donald Dykes. You can see the ball coming out right now, right in his hands, right where you want the ball to be thrown as a receiver, right around the numbers. And I'm sure what happened, that Dykes was thinking of 6 points instead of thinking first, catch the football.
Weaver with a 35.5-yard average in this game, a 42-yard average on the year, kicking to Schroy. Jets with a return on. High, lazy floater. Calls for a fair catch, but it goes into the end zone for the touchback. We'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. So we have 7:42 time remaining. We're in the second quarter. Seattle leads it 3-0. The signs are out here at Shea Stadium. Oh, that's a tough one. And Walt won last week. All right, Jets from their own 20-yard line. Scott Dierking. Dierking close to the 25. It'll be second down and 5. Jerry Beeson makes the tackle. Dierking now in 6 carries is 26 yards. Kevin Long 13 yards in 7 carries. Remember Kevin Long last week against Atlanta? 25 carries, 100 yards. And he got his 100th yard on a 3rd and 1 at the 1-yard line when he went in for the score that put the Jets on top 14-7, their winning margin. Second and 5, it's Dierking. This time behind the blocking of Dan Alexander and Marvin Powell on the right side. The ball will come up just shy of the 30-yard line, so it'll be third down and about a half a yard. Michael Jackson, the first man there for Seattle, and Jacob Green was the second. Green, number 79 for the Seahawks from Texas A&M, the defensive left end, their number 1 draft choice. And Jack Patera, the head coach, said he is the finest defensive end that he has seen as a rookie in the National Football League. Third down, half a yard to go. First down, Jets. Dierking gets it.
I might add, Charlie, he's still a rookie, so they have to test him. They have been going to that right side of the Jets and against Jacob Green.
Keith Simpson and Keith Butler on the tackle for the Seahawks. A gain of 6. First down, 36-yard line, New York, their own territory. We're moving on the 6-minute mark, time remaining in the first half. Seattle leads it 3-0, a 48-yard field goal by Herrera, which just cleared the crossbar by about 2 feet. Todd gives to the first back, and that's Kevin Long. Long has a quick 5 yards to the 41. It'll be second and 5, and Jacob Green makes the tackle.
They're going straight at them. You're taking a look at this matchup. 79 Powell, the all-pro tackle, going against 79 Green. And that time, Powell overestimated where he was going to be, or he didn't figure out where he was going to be, and that time Green got involved in the tackle. Generally, with a great young defensive end, you want to run right at it.
So defensively as Dierking gets a call and Keith Butler trips him up. A gain of 3 on the play. So it'll be 3rd down and still 2 to go for the first down.
Give you an idea what the Jets want to do. They've got hold of this football now this time, and all they've done is run with the football. I'm sure that what Walt Michaels is telling him, we're going out there, we're going into the trenches, we're going to establish the running game, so button up your chin straps and go after it.
Jets have not been that successful on 3rd down situations. 38% have been converted to first downs on the season. 2 of 8 in this ball game. This is 3rd down and 2. First down, New York. Just across the 50-yard line. 6 yards and a first down. Dierking gets it. Beeson with a tackle. Let's call it the 49-yard line of Seattle.
What this will do for that Jet offense, if they're able to move that football on the ground, is regain some confidence offensively, because the first quarter they did virtually nothing.
Now the officials move the ball back to the 50-yard line. So the Jets going back to their strength of a year ago when they were the leading rushing team in the National Football League, just grinding it out. They started back on their 20-yard line. Kevin Long. Flag is down. Long picks up 8 yards on the play. The marker dropped at the 44-yard line. It is against New York, and that will mean that Todd will have to go to the air in the drive. Green and Hardy make the tackle for Seattle.
That's what penalties will do to you. You may recall the last time they were marching down toward Seattle's goal line, Chris Ward was involved in a holding penalty, took him back, took him out of scoring range, although Leahy did miss a field goal that was makeable.
Holding offense on the right tackle.
That's Marvin Powell.
Let's name it.
It's number 79, by the way. That is the 5th penalty against New York for a total of 35 yards. Back to the 40-yard line, their own territory. 1st and 20, Todd will have to throw. Over the middle, 42-yard line of Seattle. It is caught by Derek Gaffney. 18 yards on the play. Dave Brown is the man who had the cover. Let's look again from ground level.
Dave Brown, 22 of Seattle, had very good coverage on Derek Gaffney, 81. The ball was thrown low, and it was a good thing that it was. He had to come back and make the catch, but he did make it, and you can see right behind him, 22, Dave Brown. They're still shy of that first down, so they still got 3 to go.
2nd down. And the second back is Scott Dierking. Dierking almost makes the 40-yard line. Let's see if it will be enough as Michael Jackson tripped him up. Now let's check the scoreboard. How about that?
Philadelphia leading Dallas 10-3. Tony Franklin 35-yard field goal. Jaworski to Carmichael for 3 yards. Now Philadelphia leading.
And notice the cowboy hats in the background.
Not smiling either.
No, and that's here at Shea Stadium. That's not at that ball game. 3rd down, half a yard.
Go with your strength.
The big man, right? Todd picks up the first down. 38-yard line, he picks up 2, and it's a first down.
Rule of thumb on that. If the quarterback has less than a yard to go, you can go with the quarterback sneak. But a yard or anything more than that, you give it to one of the backs. That time they had less than a yard, and Todd picked it up.
The ball at the Seahawks 38-yard line. 2 minutes and 3 seconds counting. Time remaining first down. And the 2-minute warning will now be given to both benches. So we have 2 minutes remaining in the first half. The Seahawks lead at 3-0. The Jets have the football. They are on the move at the Seahawks 38-yard line. We'll be back in a moment. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, and Lynn, we have 2 minutes to go. Seattle in the first half was Seattle leading by a score of 3-0. Can the Jets get it in here?
Well, they can get it in here, and I look for them to continue to run on first down. If they don't make anything, they're going to have to throw, but they figure with 2 minutes remaining in the ball game, they can still keep it on the ground and get some points.
In the 9 plays of this drive, 8 of them have been rushes, only 1 pass. That was the 18-yarder to Derek Gaffney.
Play pass now.
Far side, incomplete. Bobby Jones, the intended receiver, and Kerry Justin had the coverage on him. Now let's talk about the wide receivers of the Jets. Wesley Walker is in Lenox Hill Hospital. He's out for at least 2 more games. We're not sure of how much longer after that because of a bruised thigh. Paul Darby is out with an ankle injury that he hurt in practice this week. Lamb Jones is questionable with a rib injury. So Gaffney and Bobby Jones are basically your wide receivers. Todd has completed 3 of 7 for 35 yards. Goes to the air, dumps this one off to Kevin Long. Michael Jackson makes the tackle. He'll pick up 1, maybe 2 yards on the play, and that'll be it. Clock moving, 1:36 and counting.
That was an excellent open field tackle by Michael Jackson. And once again, after the play was over, Chris Ward of the Jets, Gregory of Seattle, they seem to be having words with one another. They've been doing that the entire first half.
Gain of 2, 3rd down and 8. Just outside the 36-yard line. Seattle defense has been very stingy. Todd's pass is complete. Keith Simpson tried to knock it away from the hands of Mickey Schuler. And he held on to it at the 25-yard line and a first down.
Really a great catch, and Randy Rasmussen was running around out there trying to get the attention of the officials to call timeout.
He does. Stops the clock. 1:07 left to go. We'll take a timeout. Seahawks lead it 3-0.
Taking a look at that last play that Schuler came up with, a pocket pass, 66, Rasmussen doing a good job, Ward a good job of protection, a lot of area there. But here's Derek Gaffney, number 81, on the other side, and he's saying, please throw the ball to me. I am wide open. And he was that time. Todd just was unable to see him.
Through to Schuler for the first down passing for the Jets in the ballgame. 25-yard line of the Seahawks. Todd tosses it. Schuler again. 7-yard line. Mickey Schuler. 2 catches in a row. A gain of 18. It's first down and goal to go. The Jets not using a huddle.
They're taking a lot of time, too. They're better off to call timeout.
39 seconds and counting. Kevin Long. Now they'll take the timeout. They'll have 1 remaining. Robert Hardy and Keith Butler made the tackle.
They wasted 20 seconds on that situation. When you complete a long pass like that, it's going to take a long time to get down and get set. They'd have been better off to call a timeout.
It'll be 2nd and goal, 4-yard line. We'll be back in a moment.
About 6 months ago, my friend Gordon Pennick suffered a heart attack. It was his first. And now he's doing everything he can to make sure he doesn't have another one. Hi, I'm Tom Lynch, the Seattle Seahawks. And helping people is part of the program put on by the Cardiopulmonary Research Institute. It's a program supported by the United Way. As a United Way volunteer, I've seen it work. Volunteers and United Way support make all this possible. They test, they evaluate, they research, and they establish exercise programs for cardiac and pulmonary patients. You know, the United Way supports a lot of big, well-known charities, but at the same time, they don't forget the lesser-known human services that also save lives. Not everyone can jog 2 miles like Gordon, but with medically supervised exercise and a proper diet, these men and women are back on the road to fitness. The United Way works in Seattle, and thanks to you, it works for all of us. The United Way, right?
Seating announcement was furnished as a public service by the National Football League. 2nd and goal to go, 4-yard line of Seattle. Play action drill, touchdown Jets. Mickey Schuler, his 3rd reception in the drive, his first touchdown of the year, and the Jets are on top.
That was an excellent call, Charlie. In that situation, the Jets had double tight in there, 2 tight ends, but Seattle countered that with putting in 2 additional defensive linemen. Faking it, going on the bootleg, and there's Schuler, number 82, wide open. A good throw by Todd, right on the numbers where it says 8-2, and after that, it says 6 because that's the number of points they get.
Leahy with the extra point. It is good. The Jets in front of Seattle 7-3 with 29 seconds left to go in the first half. Give it back. Will Lewis and Jesse Green will be deep, and Pat Leahy will be kicking off for the Jets with 29 seconds left to go, second quarter.
Now they're probably determining whether they want to hit one of those squib kicks and have it driven along down the ground down there. But the problem is, if Seattle gets excellent field position, they have people on that ball club that can strike from any place on the field and score.
The clock does not start within the last 2 minutes of either half on a kickoff until the ball has been touched in the field of play. Starts now, 5-yard line. Will Lewis on the return to the 20, 25. Hit at the 30, falls forward to around the 33-yard line. Seahawks with 2 timeouts remaining. Jesse Johnson and John Sullivan make the tackle. The market at the 33, a return of 28 yards, where the Seahawks go to work in their own territory.
2 timeouts left, 23 seconds remaining in the first half. Seattle is a team that you don't know what to expect from them. They're liable to do anything.
Zorn throws pass complete. Sam McCullum has the first down at the 44-yard line. Seahawks will stop the clock. They'll have 1 timeout remaining, and Zorn will come to the sideline as Greg Buttle and Bobby Jackson make the tackle.
Bear in mind the 3 points Seattle has came on the foot of Efren Herrera. It was a 48-yard field goal. So another good pass by Zorn to somebody. They have 1 timeout remaining, and they'll be in field goal range anyway.
14 seconds, time remaining. Herrera's career field goal is 52 yards. This Thursday, be sure to watch the new NBC hit series, Games People Play, featuring valet parking competition. That always scares me because I always wonder what happens to my car when I valet park it. Bathtub races, and the stunt of the week is Steve Baker is chained to the tracks of a roller coaster and must escape before the coaster hits him. All that and more on Games People Play this Thursday on NBC. Seattle, their own 44-yard line, 14 seconds remaining. First half, they have 1 timeout remaining. Now they need to get the ball around the Jet 30-yard line, between the 30 and the 35. They need to pick up like 26 yards very quickly. That's what they have to do. The Jets will counter with 6 in the secondary.
They're going to load up that side over there. They got 3 receivers in the same side of the field.
Zorn goes left. He's a left-handed thrower. Pass is caught by Largent. He was out of bounds. He would have been close to field goal range. But Largent was out of bounds.
They had 3 receivers on the same side of the field. It was to the left, which is good because Jim Zorn is left-handed. Number 80 is Steve Largent. You're taking a look right now. He's going down in the area between the deep backs and the linebackers, and he's slipping, trying to maintain his balance. He kept going toward the sidelines. If he hadn't slipped, he'd have been able to stop and plant himself right there, make the catch, and get out of bounds.
Remember, they had 14 seconds. Now they have 7. That play took 7 seconds. Zorn overloads the left side again. He fires. It is incomplete as time runs out. Jesse Green, the intended receiver. It is halftime. The score, the Jets 7, the Seahawks 3. We'll be back with halftime here at Shea Stadium in just a moment. Working and Long, the 2 running backs. The receivers, Derry Gaffney and Bobby Jones, with a tight end, Mickey Schuler. Offensive line, Chris Ward, Randy Rasmussen, Joe Fields, Dan Alexander, and Marvin Powell. Seahawks will counter with Jacob Green, Robert Hardy, Manu Tuiasosopo, and Bill Gregory up front. Jackson, Beeson, and Butler, the linebackers. Secondary, Justin, Simpson, Harris, and Brown. Jets from their own 23-yard line. They go right to work for Kevin Long. It'll be second down and 5 as he moves to the 28-yard line, where Manu Tuiasosopo makes the tackle.
And they're going straight ahead. One of the reasons is that both teams employ a 4-man front with a middle linebacker. So if you can hold those defensive tackles and get to that middle linebacker, you're going to pick up some yardage.
Second down and 5. Opening offensive thrust to the Jets in the second half. Second back through is Dierking. Close to the first down. He leads to the 34-yard line, and that should give him the first down. As the middle linebacker, Terry Beeson, the number 2 draft choice in 77 out of Kansas, makes the tackle for the Seahawks.
That was a good play, and on that play also, Chris Ward, number 72, the offensive tackle, stayed with his man, even though the ball was away from him. 72 is on the left side. The ball carrier went to the right side, but you can't quit. You can't give up because the back might cut back and come your way. The back did, and because Chris Ward made that block, they were able to pick up the yardage for first down.
The Jets 34-yard line. Play action on first down. Throws, passes, complete to Dierking. Dierking at the 41-yard line. 7 yards, second down and 3. Good play action fake by Richard Todd as Butler and Jackson make the tackle, and the Seahawks have an injured player as Michael Jackson is down. The Jets last year led the NFL in rushing with 2,646 yards. Their offense has been sputtering from a total standpoint of rushing on the ground. I'll illuminate that statement, and we come back in a moment. The Jets in front 7-3. I'll finish that story in a moment. It's really not that important, actually. I thought it was interesting at the time, but it'll wait. Second down and 3. Joe Norman has replaced Jackson. As Dierking gets the call, it'll be close to the first down. Jacob Green, the rookie, and Tuiasosopo were both there.
What about that story?
All right, back to that story. I'll finish it. The Jets are 22nd in the National Football League in rushing now. The reason being, although they're averaging the same per carry, 4.2 yards rushing as they did a year ago, last year they averaged 40 yards a rush per game. This year they're averaging 25. That's because they've been behind him, had to put the ball in the air. Now, let's get back to the game and the measurement, and it is a foot shot.
Come on now.
Third down and a foot.
Is that Walt Michaels? No. I thought he was smiling for a minute. I saw him before the game. He said, would you guys quit putting me on camera so much? People see me and they say, well, you don't look in person as nasty as you do when they show you on television. I said, Walt, you're just another pretty face.
Intense. Intense is the word. 2 tight ends, Schuler and Barkham. Newton is in the block on the left wing. They're down and a foot. Dierking and Long, the running back. First down, Kevin Long, 45-yard line. Got a couple of yards on the play.
Boy, there was a lot of humanity there. Picked up that first down, but that is the hard way to do it. Taking a look at the right side of the New York Jets, 60 is Alexander, 79 is Powell. The defensive unit of the Seattle Seahawks really doing an outstanding job on that play. They made it, but not by very much.
Big game in the East between New England and Baltimore.
John Smith kicked a 27-yard field goal right now. New England leads Baltimore 10-7 in the second quarter.
Second back is Scott Dierking. He has a couple of yards. 47-yard line, Jet territory. It'll be second down 8. Tuiasosopo makes the tackle. Larry Peccatello, the defensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, on the near sideline is flashing the defensive signals. We're trying to pick them up for you. A lot of times they will use, as a matter of fact, later on today in the Giants-San Diego game, San Diego, because of the fact that head coach of the Giants was an assistant in San Diego, they're using 3 men flashing signals. Play action, second and 8. Deep into double coverage. He has it, a tremendous reception for Derek Gaffney. Gaffney with those outstanding hands said last week against Atlanta, the worst game that he has ever had in the pro ranks. Double coverage over Kerry Justin and Keith Simpson.
That was a perfect throw by Richard Todd and a great catch by Derek Gaffney. Protection is very good. Todd was able to step up and throw the football. And as you can see, there are two men all over Derek Gaffney. The ball is perfectly thrown. He makes reception. Not only that, Charlie, he comes down and keeps both feet in bounds.
And he picks up 29 yards on the play at the Seattle 24-yard line. Dierking, 20-yard line. Gain of 4. Second down, 6. Keith Simpson with a tackle. Now that pass off of play action shows what a running attack can do. You hear coaches time and time again say, we must establish the run, we must establish the run, we must establish the run. The Jets have. That means that they can set that kind of an offensive play up.
You can see the defensive coordinator giving the signals out to the defense that we don't want the same one as we had that last play because they came up with a big play. But you're right. Forget the play action passing if your running game isn't going.
Michael Jackson is back in on defense. Play action.
He's got him wide open.
He's there. Touchdown to Dierking. For Scott Dierking, his second touchdown of the year. For Richard Todd, his 8th touchdown pass. His second touchdown pass of the ball game. A 77-yard drive in 9 plays. Consuming just over 5 minutes on the clock.
Play action pass, what you were just talking about, faking to Kevin Long. The linebacker was 53, Butler, but he is not there. Dierking streaking right down past him, wide open, and he got the ball to him in time. Had he waited any longer, the defensive back would have been there to make the play.
Extra point is good. The Jets come alive. They lead 14-3, 9:51 left to go. We're in the third quarter at Shea Stadium. We'll be back with the kickoff of the Jets to the Seahawks in a moment. It was the blonde connection from Richard Todd to number 25, Scott Dierking from Purdue.
Yes. He ran the ball at Purdue. Didn't catch it though.
Jesse Green, 15, 20. Returns it to the 25-yard line. A flag is down. 21 yards on the kickoff return by Jesse Green. Bobby Batten makes the tackle. We'll have to check out the flag that was dropped at the 30-yard line.
You see number 47, Holmes, going off the field. He is the special teams captain. One of the reasons is that he goes, as they say, with reckless abandon down the field and sacrifices his body. You're going to take a look at this. Is this a lot of fun? Watch what Holmes does and what he does to sacrifice for his team. That is a hitting.
Clipping called on Mark Bell of the Seahawks, so Seattle has the ball on their own 12-yard line. First down. And we can look for Jim Zorn to put the ball in the air. Doornink and Jodat are the running backs, with Larson and McCullum the wide receivers, Sawyer the tight end. Bullard, Lynch, Yarno, Newton, and August at offensive line. Fakes a draw, he goes deep, has a man in the crease, and he hits him. It is John Sawyer, his tight end. He simply does not go to his tight end that much coming into the game. Sawyer had only 10 receptions. He's in his 5th year. While he was at Houston, he scored 2 touchdowns. Since being with Seattle in 3 seasons, he has yet to score a touchdown.
I'll tell you why, he was wide open.
Face mask call on the Jets. They'll tag it to the end of the play. Why was he wide open?
Because number 84, Sam McCullum, really hustled, really flew downfield. He was on the outside, play action pass. Zorn did have plenty of time to throw, but McCullum cleared out the area. He wasn't the primary receiver, but he had to really take off. And there's a big gap between the deep outside man. In that case, it was going to be Jackson, number 40, and the linebacker. Number 81, Sawyer, was wide open, and Zorn got him the football. You're right.
That was the Jet that was caught with a face mask call. Another 5 yards, 34 yards on the pass, another 5 to the 50, and it's a first down. Seahawks are on the move. Another flag is down as Jodat carries. So as we sort set the Jet defense. It's Mark Gastineau, Abdul Salam, Marty Lyons, and Joe Klecko up front, with Greg Buttle, Stan Blink, and Ron Crosby the linebackers, Bobby Jackson and Donald Dykes on the corners, Ken Schroy and Darrell Ray at defensive safety. This one will go against Seattle. Is it Mark Bell again? If it is, it's the second time that he has been called in this drive.
It's good play by Seattle. On that particular play, 99, Gastineau is coming to the inside. Good block on Blinka by 78 Newton right there. Number 84 is McCullum. He's pushing on Jackson. I know one thing after the play. Jackson was doing a lot of complaining to the officials.
And it was on number 84, Sam McCullum. So bring the ball back to the Seattle 40-yard line. The down goes over. It'll be first down and 20. 9:26, time remaining. We're in the third quarter. Screen. Pass is complete. Doornink just across the 50-yard line, so you will get 10 of the 20 back as Ron Crosby and Ken Schroy were there. It'll be second down and 10.
What Doornink had to do that time was first avoid his own offensive guard, Tom Lynch, number 61, because he had to get around him before he could get upfield, but he picked up 10 yards on the play.
Now Jesse Green comes in for the Seahawks, second and 10. John Sawyer, the tight end, comes out. They'll go with 3 wide receivers.
And what they have done in the first half, they put those 3 wide receivers on the same side of the field.
They like to overload left because Zorn, when he scrambles, is a left-handed passer. This time Largent comes in motion right side.
On the wide side of the field.
He's in and he's sacked. First sack of the ball game. Mark Gastineau got it. His 4th of the year.
Good play by Gastineau. He was not going to let Zorn get outside of him. Zorn was able to get outside the defensive end a couple of times in the first half and get off the pass and complete them, but this time it was no. You see Blinka also coming after him from the inside. And a real good play by number 99, Gastineau.
It'll be 3rd and 24. That is the 14th time that Zorn has been sacked this year. Last year he had the best protection in the AFC, sacked only 23 times. 3rd and 24. Dumps it off underneath the covers to Jim Jodat. Jodat to the 45, and that's all. Maybe the 46 as he was leaning across the yard line. Bobby Jackson and Jerry Holmes were bending him back. The ovation for the New York Jets defense.
Well, listen to this. This is something the Jet fans haven't been able to cheer about for the last couple of years, and that's the great play by the defensive unit.
You know what that crowd sounds like? Either the Phillies or Kansas City in the World Series. And don't forget Game 5 right after we leave here.
Weaver is the kicker. Ken Schroy is
The Seahawks have now failed in their last 6 third down attempts. Herman Weaver kicks it away. Ken Schroy takes it at the 20-yard line. 25, 30. 33-yard line, 13 yards on the return. The Jets will have a first down as Bill Cook makes the tackle. 7:14, time remaining, third quarter, a 36-yard kick. We'll be back in a moment. Thank you for the update, Bryant. Here it is, New York 14, Seattle 3. Jets have the ball. They spot it on the New York 34-yard line, and Johnny Lamb Jones is in the game for the first time on offense. And he goes in motion. He replaces Gaffney. He's operating with a rib injury. Long carries. Almost breaks it all the way. 48-yard line of Seattle, a pickup of 18. Dave Brown saves the touchdown.
Good block by Scott Dierking, the remaining back, number 25. Knocked the linebacker out, providing the opportunity for Long to jump inside. And Long has that quickness that when he sees an opening, he's able to get there in a hurry. A lot of backs can run fast once they get going, but it's a great backs that can pick up a speed in about 2 steps, gain a lot of yardage.
And you saw the defensive signals coming in from the sideline. A fumble.
Well, the ball is bouncing the Jets' way because that ball bounced on that turf and bounced back up Long was able to pick it up. Otherwise, it would have been a real big break for Seattle because there wasn't anyone there, any other Jet there, except Kevin Long.
So Long recovers it at the 50-yard line, a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12. That 18-yard romp just a moment ago by Kevin Long is his longest rush from scrimmage this year. 2nd and 12. Look for Todd to throw. Going deep. Overthrowing Lamb Jones.
Didn't know Todd had that strong an arm. That he can overthrow that young man. Lamb Jones is going to really fly.
Gary Justin had the coverage on him. Lamb had maybe a step in the pass, was still a couple of steps away. We'll take another look.
Little out and up. Now it's just a foot race, and they say when he's even, he's leaving.
That's right.
And he was leaving.
It was so long.
Yeah, if that ball had been really well thrown, it would have been a touchdown.
For those of you that do not recall 1976 Olympic Games, Lamb Jones, gold medal in the 4x100 relay. Todd now 10 of 15 for 120 yards. Tom Newton is there. Gets the call. He picks up 3. So it'll be 4th down. Bill Gregory makes the tackle, and Chuck Ramsey will come in to punt.
When you're ahead, you can afford to do something like that. 14-3, up by 11 points. He was trying to get a quick trap in there because it was definitely a passing situation.
If it works, you get the first down. If it doesn't work, then you punt, and Seattle is in terrible field position. That's the setup.
Seattle's up there on the line of scrimmage going after him. They're going
after him.
He got up. Nobody but Seattle players around. He can get up
He
and
can
run.
get up and go with it.
He'll score.
Jesse Green. Green into the end zone for Jesse Green. His first touchdown of the year on a block punt by Chuck Ramsey. And it is 14-9 with the extra point to come. We believe it was number 54, Art Q, who blocked the punt.
You can see how
Michaels is upset.
That's to say the least. That time Seattle had 10 men on the line of scrimmage. You could tell from up here all the way they were going after that kick. They had to make something happen, and make something happen they did.
Herrera out of the hold of Zorn. It is good. So the score is now 14-10, and let's go back to the, no, we'll have that replay after the commercial. So let's go away. But we'll be back as the Jets' margin has now been cut to 4 points. We're back. We'll have that replay after the kickoff. Now, Herrera is known for onside kick.
And they're liable to do anything at any time, as we said before. Yes,
He
sir.
does. But the Jets recover it. Number 56, Lance Mel, the rookie from Penn State. I'd like to take credit for that call, but I must tell you in all honesty that during the commercial, Lynn said, don't forget the onside kick, don't forget the onside kick. Now let's go back to the block punt. Sam McCullum, we believe, number 84 is the one that blocked it now. And then Jesse Green, number 86, picks it up. Snap was a little high.
There he is, number 84, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Gets it up, get his hand on it. And Jesse Green is the man that's going to pick it. He's going to fall down, but this is good thinking that he knew he could get up and run with it.
Now the Jets, Seattle 45-yard line, Dierking. Scott picks up 40 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5. Now let's go back to the onside kick by Herrera. What he likes to do is run alongside of it and recover it himself.
That's what he's doing, and he does this as well as anybody.
Yes. Now the rule is the ball must go 10 yards before he can recover it. And that's what he was waiting on. Lance Mel was just ready to do it, ready to jump on the football.
The New York Jets
Efren Herrera, number 1.
were well aware of the ability of this man, and they'll do it any time. That's why Mel was waiting for it, to make sure that he kicked it long. If he didn't, he had to fall on it.
2nd and 5. Kevin Long. Long with 3 yards to the 37-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and a couple to Iyasosopo. Now let's go back one more time, because this could be the turning point of the whole ball game.
McCullum, 84, gets his hand on it. Green's going to fall on the ball, and he has nothing but Seattle players around. Quickly gets up and is able to lunge into the end zone for a touchdown. A big, big play when they were stalled offensively.
Now let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
You're watching Seahawks football on KING TV, Seattle.
Kevin Long, close to the first down. He needed just a couple of yards. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, 3:34 and counting, time remaining. Third quarter, the Jets 14, the Seahawks 10. Seattle with a field goal, and that field goal came with 4:12 to go first quarter. They got on the scoreboard again just moments ago with 5:05 left to go in the third when McCullum blocked the punt, and Jesse Green picked it up to go in. The Jets have now converted only 5 of 14 third down opportunities. This is fourth down, and they go. Half a yard. Quarterback sneak. Todd's got it.
Somebody's trying to tear his head off, too.
Now, you saw the frown of Walt Michaels after that block punt. Now, a smile is beginning to creep across his lips. This is moments ago when Todd picks up the first down. I love it. Teddy Nathanson and Larry Cirillo have captured the personality of Walt Michaels.
He really is an old softy after.
Oh, he is. Seattle 33-yard line. Scott Dierking. 2 yards to the 31. Will be 2nd and 8. And Jacob Green makes the tackle along with Terry Beasley.
They're moving to the Jets' right side, the left side of Seattle. And telling us Randy Rasmussen, number 66, is doing the pulling. And they've had a lot of success over there. I expect them to continue to do that. Only not now because the ball was on the right hash mark. They come back to the left side and give the running back more room to operate.
Dierking runs into his own man, eludes him, and he'll lose a yard. Keith Simpson was finally there for Seattle. Now let's check the scoreboard, Lynn. Well, no scores are in. No, there they
Yes,
are.
there is. Miami ahead of Buffalo, 14-7, third quarter. Tied up 10-10. Dallas, Philadelphia also in the third period. Cleveland leading Green Bay 13-7. That went in the third period. And we'll have more after this play.
Cincinnati 7, Minnesota nothing. All right, it's third down and 9. Todd has pressure, passes complete. Once again, it is Mickey Schuler. Schuler then lateral, but that was after the play had been blown dead. Now, in this situation, when he is hit as soon as he catches the ball, the point of the reception is the point of the game. That is a rule book call.
It's real close, but it looks like it could be short. Just a bit. Now, if it is short, what are they going to do?
Do you go for the field goal or you go for the first down? Your lead by 4. Field goal, that means a touchdown could tie. I would say you go for the first down.
I'll tell you what Walt Michaels is going to do just as soon as we find out if it's a first down or not.
Now, let's go back to that Chuck Ramsey punt that was blocked by Sam McCullum. Ramsey is in his 4th year in the NFL, and that is the first punt that he has had blocked in his pro career. And the Seahawks capitalized on it as Jesse Green scooted it up, went in the end zone that far. That's no giveaway. That's a couple of feet.
They're going after it, though. The last 2 times that they've had a short yardage situation with less than a yard, Richard Todd has come in with a quarterback sneak.
Now, they're going with 2 tight ends. One of the 2 tight ends is Mickey Schuler. You gamble and throw to Schuler in the end zone for the touchdown. Little play action in this. What do you think?
I don't think they'll do it because if they did, they'd probably score a touchdown, but I think they're going to go for the first down.
Okay.
Because look at that Seattle defense. They're up there. If they threw a play action pass now, they'll be wide open. We'll never know.
Dierking He should have it. Listen to the crowd here at Shea. First down.
Seattle player is down.
Dierking now in 19 carries has 71 yards rushing.
Number 21, Vic Minor, is going into the ball game. I can't see the number of the player down. 44 is John Harris.
John Harris.
Going to the right side once again in a short yardage situation. Richard Todd had picked up a first down with a quarterback sneak, but they've gone to the right side quite a bit. And here it is, Dierking up and over the hard way. Number 22 with Dave Brown saying no, but the officials say yes. It is a first down. And there's Walt Michaels. He smiled again.
That's two in a row.
Caught Walt twice. Caught him twice.
We have 3 seconds left to go in the third quarter. John Harris of the Seattle Seahawks is the player who has been injured. Vic Minor has come in to replace him, but we still have an official's timeout. Boy, don't leave us today, because after the ball game here, we're going to Kansas City for Game 5 of the World Series.
And it's all tied up 2 games apiece.
Phillies, as you know, got out in front, winning the first 2. Kansas City came back, and now for an update, let's go to Bryant Gumbel. Bryant?
Thank you, Charlie Jones. The Orange Bowl in Miami, a third fumble by Buffalo's Joe Cribbs has led to another score. Uwe von Schumann good from 23 yards out, and Bills now trail 17-7. Charlie?
All right, when we came back, or as you were away, then of course it was an official's timeout. The clock was wound, the 3 seconds went off. It was Keith Simpson and not John Harris who was hurt. He's out, he's on his feet, he's okay. But that is the end of the third quarter. New York leads at 14-10. We'll be Seattle 23-yard line. First down with Dierking and Long as the 2 running back. Gaffney is in motion. Long spinning away from one tackler. Salvages a couple of yards from that point, which was the 31. Comes back to the 28, but he still loses 5. It'll be second down and 15, and Keith Simpson comes back into the ballgame on defense. Look at the time of possession.
That's the Jet ground game is underway. Has been since the second quarter. That time, Gregory, 77, the defensive end for Seattle, did a superb job of getting penetration upfield, and he disrupted everything as far as Long was concerned.
And remember time of possession at halftime, it was only a couple of minutes apart. Schuler is split to the far side. He's the tight end. Todd scrambles. He's going to Keith. Todd's to the 20. Todd's to the 10. Todd's to the 5. 23 yards. And Keith Simpson, the man who was injured just a moment ago, saves a touchdown at the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal to go.
Well, I tell you, if he has some broken toes, he's not displaying that right now, because it doesn't look like anything's bothering him except the rush of Seattle. He has nothing other to do but to take off and run. Long, 33, makes a good block, enable him to get down inside the 10-yard line.
And Mickey Schuler, the tight end, was split away.
Well, he's catching so many passes, and even when people on him, he said, let me out there where the receivers go.
And he knocked down John Harris, 5-yard line. First down, goal to go. Kevin Long, he'll get a yard to the 4. It'll be second down and goal to go. Richard Todd is playing in this ball game as he did last week against Atlanta, with a broken small toe on his left foot, a bruised small toe on his right foot, a bruised shoulder, and a bruised knee.
Well,
he is like an outpatient coming to the ball game.
Shows up on Sunday, eh? Well, after about 5 or 6 games during a season, all of those people down there have injuries. Believe me, they all have hurts anyway.
Second and goal to go, 4-yard line. 2 tight ends, Schuler and Barker. Play action.
You better move now.
Lots of time. Throws it. It may be intercepted. Is it? No. Oh. Schuler, the intended receiver. John Harris, the free safety, was there. Todd had time after scrambling, but the coverage of the Seahawks, outstanding.
Play action pass once again. They tried it at the other end of the end zone, the other end zone. Schuler was wide open there for a second, but he started to move back into where all the congestion was. And it was a long throw for Todd from the right side all the way over to the left. He'd been better off maybe to put that ball in his arm and take off and try to score himself.
This is the 13th play of this drive. It's consumed just over 7 minutes on the game clock. Todd throws and he overthrows. He overthrows Schuler. Boy, he's discovered Schuler in his ball game.
He was going for him. Number 42, Keith Simpson, the man who was down just a short while ago, was covering Schuler, and he was all over him, and I think Todd was just throwing the ball away. And Richard down there is talking to the officials, claiming perhaps there was interference down there on the part of 42, Keith Simpson.
So Pat Leahy is in with a field goal attempt, Ramsey to hold. Now Leahy has hit only one of his last 5. He has missed in this ball game from 37 yards out. This is from the 12, an attempt of 22 yards. Flag is down. It is through the uprights. From 22 yards away, but there was a marker. So let's wait just a moment.
If that's against Seattle, it would not be a first down, would it?
Offside.
They're going to take the points. They're going to take the points. I will assure you that.
They are now making the decision. We are waiting on the official. He says they will take the points. We'll be back in a moment. This is Charlie Jones and Lynn Dawson. Now, let's go back to the field goal attempt. Low snap.
It's a little shaky for a man who hasn't been able to consecutively kick field goals. A kicker does not want to see that ball rolling around down on the ground. But it is 3 points for the Jets.
And they lead by 7, 17-10 as Leahy kicks out. Fielded at the 3-yard line by Jesse Green. And Green returns to the 27-yard line. He'll have 24 yards on the return. Mike McKibben and Jerry Holmes make the tackle. So Seattle moving on offense now with 12 minutes and 18 seconds left to go in the ball game. And Seattle trails by 7, and there's the total offense.
274 to 152. Bear in mind, initially Seattle was way in front. Then the Jets came on late in the second quarter, and they've been monopolizing this game ever since.
Zorn has completed 13 of 23 for 140 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Jeff Moore. Moore, sweep right. They just string him out. Scramble for the ball. Do the Jets have it? They say yes. Let's wait on the official. Officials say no. They say Seattle has it. Good defensive play, though, just to string out any type of a sweep.
I think that the fans here have a lot to do with that defensive unit of the New York Jets. They're starting to react, and I think the players are playing with more intensity. They're hitting harder. They're hustling. They're doing a much better job than you can recall when we saw them beginning of the year against Baltimore. They're playing much better defensively than they did then.
Seattle now with 3 wide receivers, Sam McCullum, Jesse Green, who scored the touchdown on the block punt. Sam McCullum is the man who blocked it, and Steve Largent is the other wide receiver. 2nd and 10. Seattle from their own 27-yard line. Plenty of time. 11:45 remaining. Jim Jodat to the 33. Jim picks up 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Donald Dykes makes the tackle. What about that?
The Green Bay Packers, they're coming alive behind the quarterbacking of Lynn Dickey. 14-13 fourth quarter over Cleveland.
Now we're going back to the last play. Now this is regular speed. Look at Zorn. Did you notice that he came back quickly and then just dropped it over? Very soft toss.
That's right.
That's the key.
You have to have all types of passes. When you're throwing to the backs, you don't want to rifle it. Throw it firmly, but not too hard.
Going deep. He's there. McCullum, he's got it. Sam McCullum,
The
still on his feet. 8-yard line.
The Did we say that they can strike at any time from any place on the field? You can see McCullum right there pointing at Jackson. Number 40, 58 yards on that play. They are down inside the 10-yard line. Very much in scoring territory right now. But Zorn is the type of quarterback that makes things happen. As you see, Troy, number 48, is the strong safety in that zone defense that is chasing McCullum. Jackson finally brings him down, and they've been having a battle all afternoon, Jackson and McCullum.
And Sam McCullum, who blocked the punt that led to the Seattle touchdown when Jesse Green picked it up, has 6 touchdown receptions this year, and he is the man who scored the first touchdown in Seattle Seahawks history. He did it in the first preseason game and in the first regular season game.
I didn't know that.
That's just a little tidbit. At the Jet 9-yard line, they say, first down, goal to go.
But they need a score right now.
Number 43 is Jim Jodat. We'll give him a yard to the 8. It's second down, goal to go, and Joe Klecko was there. 9 minutes, 50 seconds.
You were talking about the different types of passes that Zorn was able to throw, the nice soft one. Well, the one to McCullum was a beautiful pass because it had the right trajectory on it. It was high enough where he could run under it and make any adjustments that was necessary, as opposed to, say, throwing it hard on the line.
Second and goal, 8-yard line. Jets lead by 7, 17-10.
He's throwing again. He'll run, I bet you.
Zorn almost makes the 5-yard line. It'll be third down and goal to go. Greg Buttle was there to cover him. And now here is Jim Zorn isolated.
This is what makes him so dangerous, getting down in this area. He has such great quickness and speed that if things are cluttered up downfield, he has the ability to break out of there and run and pick up good yardage. Buttle is there, though. He's watching him all the way. Buttle not only wanted to tackle him, he wanted to strip him with that football.
Sam McCullum has 5 receptions for 107 yards. Third down, goal to go. 5-yard line. Zorn looks for McCullum. Throws in the corner, and he overthrows everybody. This time it was Steve Largent.
And 2 receivers over in the same area, and that is not a good thing because you're not spreading out the defense. You're bringing the defense in that particular area. Looked like he was just throwing it high over in that corner of the end zone. Their man didn't catch it. No one was going to catch it. But this is a situation with 8 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in this football game that they must come away with some points.
Efren Herrera is in with a field goal attempt upcoming. He is hit from 48 yards out.
Don't forget who's holding the football.
Zorn is holding. They have a fake here where Zorn will stand up and throw to Herrera.
The Jets are looking for him.
But he kicks it through.
What can happen, Charlie? That man who's holding the ball can call that automatically on the line of scrimmage.
And so the Seahawks once again pull within 4 of the New York Jets. We'll be back with the kickoff.
They have 2, 4, 5 men looking specifically for the onside. That's first things first. They're not going to move until they see that he kicks it deep.
He goes deep.
Sort of.
Well, close to being deep. Picked up at the 30-yard line by Woody Bennett. He stumbles for 3 on the return. New York has the ball on their own 33-yard line, first down. 8:28 time remaining in the ball game. Next Saturday on NBC Sports World, stock car's biggest names, including Richard Petty. They'll be racing wheel to wheel in the Charlotte 500. Bowling's best go head-to-head in the Legends of Bowling, and many of the nation's best women swimmers compete in the AIW National Collegiate Swimming Championships. It's all next Saturday on NBC Sports World. Gaffney in motion, Long gets the call. The line of scrimmage was officially the 23-yard line. They'll give him a yard to the 24. It'll be second down and 9 as Terry Beeson makes the tackle.
That time, number 75, Robert Hardy, also the defensive tackle, got good penetration in there and disrupted things. And once again, you can see what the Jets would like to do. They'd like to get that ball back on the ground and eat up some time on that clock. 8 minutes, 8 seconds, and counting down. They need a few first downs right here. Even if they don't score, they'll be able to punt. I shouldn't say be able to punt because the punt was blocked. But they need to have Seattle travel a long distance to score if they're going to score.
Second and 9. Normally a passing down play action. It is. Todd throws it. Pass is complete. Scott Dierking coming out of the backfield to the 31-yard line. A gain of 7 will be third down, and still a couple as Keith Butler makes the tackle.
What Scott Dierking should have done is get far enough so that when he makes the reception, he has a first down. He shouldn't be a half a yard short. But Scott Dierking is playing with a little pain out there. He has a rib problem. You saw him earlier in the ball game going in that short yardage situation, sacrificing his body by jumping and diving over the line of scrimmage. May have to do it again this time.
Two tight ends with Dierking, Long, and Newton in as a blocker. Kevin Long gets the call. This will be close. May not make it on third down and 2. In fact, the first look says it'll be fourth down and 1. Manu Tuiasosopo, the defensive right tackle, was the man who stopped him for the Seahawks.
I don't believe Walt Michaels would want to go for a fourth down run right here. 6:45 going. That's what he says. Get in there with the kicking. You know, they feel as a coach and as a player too, if you got a half a yard to go, you ought to be able to make that a half yard regardless. There's no mystery about that. You got to get down there and root people out.
All right, here's the situation. Chuck Ramsey is kicking. Remember the block kick, and Jesse Green scored. Will Lewis is set for the return. He's at the 32-yard line of Seattle. So the Seahawks want more than anything. If they do not get the block, they want good field position. They put some pressure. Here is a beauty.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Oh, he should have gone and fielded that.
Oh, it'll be down around the 12-yard line or the 11-yard line. A 56-yard punt by Chuck Ramsey. He redeems himself. Seattle has the ball at the Seahawk 12, 6:03 remaining. Be sure to stay tuned for exciting coverage of Game 5 of the World Series. Kansas City Royals, the Philadelphia Phillies. The World Series is back where it belongs on NBC, and also back to have Harry Coyle directing. Boy, is he a magician in the World Series.
Yes, he is.
Uh-oh, he is so good.
He's a magician.
All right, Seattle from their own 12-yard line. Flag is down. Jets are offside. Zorn's pass is complete. He goes to Jeff Moore out of the backfield. Moore is still on his feet. Moore is to the 30. Has blockers. 40. And then is chased out of bounds at the 46-yard line. 34 yards on the play. Now there was a flag. In the replay in my mind, it was the Jets offsides. They were. It will be refused. So Seattle at their own 46-yard line, first down.
Good running. Excellent running by Jeff Moore, number 32. I'm sure the Jets will say it was poor tackling, but he did an outstanding job of maintaining his balance. Oh, they come up with some big plays in a hurry, don't they?
Seattle, one of the, maybe the most explosive offense in the entire National Football League.
I'll tell you, they're as exciting a team as any that you'll see in the National Football League.
They are fun to watch. Report on Bobby Jackson. He has a bad ankle. Jesse Johnson has replaced him. That ankle is being taped. He may be back in. Mike McKibben has also replaced Ron Crosby at linebacker for the Jets. So first down Seattle. Now they have field position at their own 46. Zorn, good play action fake. Throw.
Yes.
Pass is complete. 31-yard line. Steve Largent.
I'll tell you,
23 yards on the play.
good pass protection for Zorn on that play. Klecko was trying to get to him, but it was not to be because the offensive tackle pushed him to the outside. Take a look right here. 73, he's pushed to the outside. He's able to step up and fire that ball over the linebacker and in front of the defensive back. Defensive back was Jesse Johnson, number 27. They're playing a zone defense, so he's told not to let anybody get behind him.
In 2 plays, the Seahawks have picked up 57 yards. They're at the Jet 31. Largent, 5 receptions for 54. Al Hunter, sweep right. Hunter's around the corners, 9.3 speed, and he's bumped out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line by Ron Crosby, who's now back in on defense. And Lynn, let's check the scoreboard.
All right. Miami ahead of 17-7 over Buffalo, fourth quarter.
Upset.
Dallas, Philadelphia tied 10-10 fourth period.
Another upset.
Green Bay 1 point ahead of Cleveland in the fourth period. Cincinnati shutting out Minnesota 14-0, fourth period. Other fourth period score, Washington 23, St. Louis 0. New England 17, Baltimore 14 in the third period. New England coming back to retake the lead.
Jim Jodat. We have 3 more scores. Let's check them out.
Denver 14-13 over Kansas City, third period. And Chicago is shutting out Detroit 10-0 in the third period. New Orleans, halftime, 14-13 over Atlanta. They are the only team in the National Football League to win a football game.
That has not won a football game.
Has not won one this year.
It's another upset.
They won one last year.
Yeah, that's right. It's another upset Sunday. Third down and 1. 22-yard line. Big play for the Seahawks.
They don't make it here, they'll take a fourth down shot at it.
They've got it. They go to the 20-yard line. Needed 1, got 2. They go to Jim Jodat. Abdul Salam stopped it. 3:55 and counting, time remaining. Zorn looks to the sideline.
All right, we were talking about the New York Jets taking over this football game, maintaining ball control and doing things. Now all of a sudden, 17-13, 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining, and the thing is turning around.
Now, as a quarterback, when you were in this situation, you wanted to score, obviously, but do you want to use up as much as the clock also to give the opponents less time?
Well, you definitely do, but they've gotten down where they are by throwing the football, not by running it.
Jets offside.
Oh, has he got a hole?
Jeff Moore. Moore just keeps going. They'll mark it around the 2 or the 3-yard line, where it will be first down and goal to go. Ken Schroy making the tackle. Jets again offsides, of course, refused.
Offside, defense, decline. First down.
Draw play. Jeff Moore is the ball carrier. He's looking for an opening. He finds it. 43 as Jodat gets a block in front of him. Now it's his running ability. Good move right there. He's going to take it on down inside the 5-yard line. This is actually a free play for Seattle. Regardless of what he did, he could fumble, could do anything. They could always bring it back and take the penalty.
A gain of 18 to the 2-yard line. We've seen the many faces of Walt Michaels. It is first down and goal to go. Michaels, the head coach of the Jets. Jack Patero, the head coach of the Seahawks.
They go to the right side. There it is.
Into the end zone. Jim Jodat scoring his first touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are in front. 19-17, extra point to come, an 88-yard drive in 7 plays. It took only 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Go back now to that third down situation of the New York Jets when they failed to pick up the first down. And you remember the expression on Walt Michaels' face. Even though they got a tremendous punt, you gave that football back to a very explosive Seattle football team. Straight ahead, right side. Good hole. Look at the surge by that offensive line, pushing the Jets' defensive line back. And he ran right into the end zone. Didn't have to leap over any pile or anything.
Extra point. Herrera. It is good. It is Seattle 20 and the New York Jets 17. 3:13 time remaining here at Shea Stadium. We'll be back with a kickoff.
Hey, wait.
Would Seattle gamble with an onside kick?
What do you think they want to pour it on now? They're going to kick that ball as far as he could possibly kick it. I hope to back him up back there.
Woody Bennett and Bobby Batten are deep.
Watch it prove me wrong.
.3:13 remaining. No, you're right. It's touched by a Jet. That means the ball's in play. 15-yard line. Bennett comes up with it. 25, returns to around the 28-yard line. 13 yards on the return. Jesse Green makes the tackle. Now, football next week. The NFL on NBC. And here it is. Lynn?
Pittsburgh, Cleveland, New England, Buffalo, Denver, New York Giants. That's at 1 o'clock. 3:30, Cincinnati, Houston, Seattle at Oakland.
Now, the big question is, do you know where we're going to be? I have no idea, which is all right. Bennett is being helped from the field of combat. Jets now from their own 27-yard line, first down. 3:05. Time remaining. Richard Todd has completed 12 of 19 for 134 yards. He has thrown for 2 touchdowns. He has suffered 1 interception, and that was early on in the ballgame. Since then, he has played a superb game at quarterback.
Yes, and he's going to have to do it once more because with time remaining, 3:05, he's got to put the ball in the air.
So it's up to the Seattle defense to see if they can stop Richard Todd. Has pressure.
Does he ever?
And a sack for the Seahawks. Robert Hardy gets the sack, his first of the year, and for the Seahawks, their first of the game and only their 7th of the season. They have the fewest sacks of any team in the National Football League.
I think you can credit very good coverage downfield of Seattle's defense because Richard Todd really had enough time to get rid of the football, but he could find no one open.
Loss of 5, 2nd and 15. Tom Newton comes in, Kevin Long comes out. Back split, passing formation. 5 men in the secondary for the Seahawks. Todd throws, intercepted at the 31-yard line by Keith Simpson. Richard Todd then makes the tackle on Keith Simpson. And remember this man, number 42, he was the one that was injured just a few moments ago. He has 10 yards on the interception return. Seahawks have the ball at the New York 21. Lynn.
Well, I'll tell you, Todd could not possibly have seen him because look where that ball goes. Right in his stomach. He was looking at his offensive man, did not pick up the defensive man. Number 42, Simpson, was there, hitting right in the stomach with the football, so he couldn't have possibly seen him.
And not a bad tackle by Richard Todd. New York 21-yard line. 2:37 remaining. Can't believe the crowd. Half of them are leaving. Jim Jodat. No gain. 2nd and 10. Marty Lyons was there. The Seahawks, their record is 3-3. A victory, they would be 4-3 and would stay within a game of San Diego at least. The Jets, their record is 1-5. They would then go to 1-6. Timeout is taken by the New York Jets. 2:24. Time remaining. We'll take a timeout. Seahawks lead it by 3, 20-17, with 2:24 left in the ball game. We'll be back in a moment.
New York took a timeout. That means they have 2 timeouts remaining. Bear in mind also 2:24 remaining in this football game, so you're going to have the 2-minute warning. So that is another timeout for the Jets. But Patera is there. He wasn't smiling that way a little while ago, though, was he, Charlie?
No, but interesting about the Seattle Seahawks, they're now in the friendly confines of Shea Stadium. If they win on the road, their record would be perfect, 4-0. And at home, their record is a minus perfect. It's 0-3, which is really strange.
It is strange because the fans in Seattle are tremendous fans. They're completely behind this football team. You might think the opposite if the fans at your hometown get on you. Then you say, hey, let me get out of town to get away from some of this heat. But in Seattle, they love them.
2 tight ends for the Seahawks. 2nd and 10, New York 21.
Got room.
Boy, what a ball game Jeff Boy's had. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. He picks up 20. It will be first down and goal to go. Darrell Ray saved the touchdown.
Pitch out more to the outside, and he has excellent blocking because the pursuit was knocked down inside. Now the sideline and he are going to be fighting one another. Ray finally grabs a hold of him and pulls him out of bounds, but it was excellent blocking by Seattle. They shut off all the pursuit on the inside, and they let him get to the outside. The one thing a defense does not want that ball carrier to be able to do is get to the outside and be free down the sideline.
Jeff Moore was taken in the last round of the draft a year ago from Jackson State. timeout remaining. We have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Interesting call on the timeouts at 2:24 and at 2:10. Now we will take a commercial cue. Number 42 is Keith Simpson.
What do you think Herrera's explaining to him? Probably how to play defense, right?
Yeah.
Because Herrera throws the ball now. He's also caught one. He onside kicks and recovers. He's doing it all.
Simpson, of course, the one with the interception, his third of the year, that set up this drive.
Wow, another strong hit.
Seahawks do not go away. Yes, they do. Into the end zone. Jodat scores his second touchdown of the ball game. He was hit right at the goal line. Jets came up with the football, but once you have possession, the football breaks the plane. Then it is a touchdown. All the football has to do is break the plane of the goal line. It is a touchdown. That's the end of it.
Take a look at this hit, because here it is. Crosby, 55, really nails him. You could hear it all the way up here in the television booth, and we must be close to 75 or 100 yards away from the action.
Herrera with the extra point, and it is good. So all of a sudden the ball game has turned completely around. The Seattle Seahawks out in front of the New York Jets. The interception by Keith Simpson that set up the 21-yard drive in 4 plays, and it took only 31 seconds, and we're on our way to baseball in just about 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Kansas City and
Harry S. Truman Sports Complex.
Boy, that is a gorgeous complex. I've been in Arrowhead Stadium. I've never been in Royal Stadium.
The two stadium complex, the best in the world, I believe. As you can see here, they're gathering in Kansas City, right here at Shea Stadium in New York. They are leaving the premises. They figure it is all over with 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in this football game, and the New York Jets down by 10 points.
27-17, Seattle leading. Seattle led at the end of the first quarter 3-0. The Jets then led most of the rest of the way. Halftime 7-3, 14-10 at the end of the third quarter. Could the turning point have been the block kick of Chuck Ramsey?
It was the turning point. Definitely was, because at that time the Jets defense had everybody offensively bottled up. There they go.
Boy, they don't waste any time getting out of the parking lot, do they? Did you notice Efren Herrera looked like he was kneading a loaf of bread? I thought maybe he was going to blow it up or something. That statement is not true, and I'll tell you why. Jim Kinsel, the president, told me a year ago, I mentioned it last week, or it told me a week ago, that it has been written and has been said you can fire the head coach. He said, and not fire the players. He said, that is wrong. We keep the head coach. You can fire the players, just not all on the same day. Walt Michaels will stay here as the head coach. At the 12-yard line, it's Woody Bennett on the return. And he finally fights his way to about the 30-yard line. So he will have 18 yards on the return. Let's check the scoreboard. We've got a couple of scores that we want to update. There we go.
All right, Philadelphia now has gone in front of Dallas 17-10 in the fourth quarter. Green Bay still leading Cleveland 21-20. That's in the fourth quarter.
And we have the 2-minute warning, so we'll take a timeout. It's Seahawks 27, Jets 17. We'll be back to Shea. Lynn Dawson, not too long ago, the Jets seem to have the ball game in control. Now it's gotten away from them. Can they get it back?
They have 2 minutes to get it back in this particular game, and it's going to be very difficult. But they're going to need a big play in a hurry, because they need 2 scores. There's one.
There's a big play to Derek Gaffney. From the New York 30 to the Seattle 46.
They have 1 timeout left. They can't afford to take a timeout in this drive. They've got to get some points, and they've got to get those people up on the line of scrimmage, get down, get quick counts, and change the momentum of this game. And the rhythm has to be very, very quick on the part of Richard Todd.
24-yard pass. This one is incomplete.
The people here...
Closest man was Tom Newton. They didn't look around.
He was getting rid of the football. He's preserving the clock. They didn't even look around to Richard Todd to see what he was doing. Here it is. He feels a little pressure. He has to get rid of it.
He's throwing it away. He just wants to stop the clock here, doesn't he?
He got it beyond Scott Dierking.
So now they can regroup.
Well, they should have had 2 plays called in. I mean, that play there should have been a design play where everybody knows where they're going. You don't call 1 play and another down there. You call at least 2.
Second and 3-yard line. 13 more. Vic Miner the cover.
Now's the time for the Jets to hustle, to get up and get down in a 3-point stance, get ready for a quick snap.
107 and counting.
He's got to get rid of it. He can't afford.
Over the middle. Dierking. It'll be around the 24-yard line. Vic Miner, Joe Norman make the tackle.
Here it is, Richard Todd, quick count. Going back to throw, the pressure's going to come. He knows there's Gregory coming. He's got to get rid of it. And Gregory nails him just as he gets rid of the football.
We're back live.
Got to get rid of it again. You can't afford to do that.
He'll have to take his timeout now.
Throw the ball away, throw it in the end zone. Do anything with it, but don't hold on to it.
Jacob Green and Robert Hardy get the second sack of the ball game for the Seahawks, and that is only their 8th of the year. And now the Jets take their last timeout with 39 seconds remaining.
It's when Richard should have thrown the ball away. You know, it was first down, or it was second down. Down doesn't make any difference. The time does make a lot of difference. 39 seconds remaining in this football game. He couldn't afford really to take a timeout there. Now they've got to score. They have no timeouts left. After they score, they've got to be successful with an onside kick, with no timeouts remaining then. So that's why timeouts are so very, very important. In a situation like that, quarterback has to know, get rid of the football, throw it up in the stands.
Todd has completed 15 of 24 for 180 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And he trails by 10. Seahawks 27, Jets 17. Jack Patero, head coach of the Seahawks. Boy, what a job he has done just in the 5 years. Last 2 seasons, 9 and 7, both are records for expansion teams. Third down 6. Todd rolling. Going deep, he overthrows. Gaffney intended receiver, so it'll be 4th down. 32 seconds left on the clock. No timeouts. Do you throw the sideline for the first down on a 4th and 6, or do you go into the end zone?
Well, you got to get a score now somehow. I mean, if you go to the sideline, that's fine, because that would only waste about 6 seconds. Their backs are really against the wall. They've got 32 seconds remaining in this ball game. You can't afford to be tackled on the field of play. If you do, it's all over. You have absolutely no chance after that. As it is, they have 2 chances, slim and none.
This one's over the middle. He'll have to score, but he picks up the first down. He's to the 14-yard line. It's a first down, and the clock is moving. 20 seconds and counting. John Harris making the tackle.
That's right, and the Seattle defensive men, they're going to get back, but no, they're not going to get
12 seconds. 9 seconds. Pass is complete, 10-yard line. That should wrap it up. There is no timeouts remaining for the Jets, and the Seattle Seahawks, coming from behind, battle their way to the victory. And so the Seattle Seahawks on the road have a perfect record of 4-0. They are yet to win at home, and they're still in the middle of the race in the AFC West. For the Jets, their record now drops to 1-6. That could take them out.
It really hurts them, particularly when you consider the fact that Miami is winning, and also the good possibility that Baltimore could win this afternoon. So a Jet victory was very, very important this afternoon for the New York Jets. But I might say for Seattle, it was just as important for the Seahawks, because, as you said, they are very much in the race. And what a difference a couple of plays make. The blocked punt.